talking about the Simon Ekpa arrest. Well, the defense headquarters, as you must have been following, has applauded the arrest of separatist leader Simon Ekpa by Finnish Police. The director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, and the director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukuguso, described the arrest as a key victory in the anti-terror fight, saying this is an indication that the international community is in synergy with Nigeria in its efforts to fight terrorism. The defense headquarters had on March the 23rd this year declared Ekpa wanted for inciting violence in the southeastern part of the country. He was declared wanted alongside 96 other alleged terrorists across the country. And just 48 hours ago, Finnish authorities arrested Mr. Ekpa alongside 4 others on suspicion of terror-related activities, including incitements to violence and terrorism financing. The Finland authorities have also investigated Mr. Ekpa in the past for alleged financial crimes, including the collection of funds through questionable means. Joining us now via Zoom is counter-terrorism specialist Olatubosun Abolarinwa. Thank you very much for joining us and welcome to TVC Breakfast Saturday. So what are your thoughts, what are your expectations with Simon Ekpa remanded? Where do you see this all going?
Well, good morning and thanks for having me. Like every concerned Nigerian, and as an expert in this field, is a welcome and a good development on my part. It has always been sad to see a citizen of Nigeria who might have taken another citizenship elsewhere throwing stone back at us at home. The Simon Ekpa activities in Finland has always raised question and eyebrow about how long this is supposed to go on for. How long can he continue to stay in a country where he found safe haven and be causing destruction to lives and property in Nigeria? We've always wondered how long this is going to go. It's a welcome development. The reality of the matter is that the offense he committed was committed on another soil. So the issue of extradition is a different ball game because Finland authority will want to ensure that he paid for the offense he committed on their soil. Anybody who stays in any country to incite violence in another country has a potential of causing similar problem in the country where he resides. Right. I think this is the reason why Finland authority rose up to this, and I hope that they are able to follow this to a logical conclusion, ensure proper prosecution of the offender, and this will serve as a lesson to others who might be thinking of doing the same.
Mr. Abolarinwa, you will agree with me that this is not the first time that the Finnish authorities will be arresting Simon Ekpa. In 2023, he was arrested in the build-up to the 2023 general election. Do you see his extradition to Nigeria coming anytime soon?
To be honest, the last time I checked, I doubt if we have an extradition treaty with Finland as a country. I've tried to double check again and I've not been able to lay my hands on anything that suggests that. So if that is not in place, I don't see it happening soon. What I see happening is that the loophole they had the last time they got him arrested last year might have been well covered this time around. And the European authority have one policy about arrest and prosecution. Most of the time, if they don't have almost 95% chances of winning the case, they don't charge anyone to court. So I want to believe that the Finland authority have carried out a detailed investigation backed by a very good intelligence for them to make this move. And I hope this time around, they are going to be able to get a good prosecution, which will lead to a good conviction.
And talking about, you know, the peculiarities of this case, especially in the light of IPOB disowning Simon Ekpa, saying he's basically on his own, and he, on the other hand, has since been brandishing himself as an IPOB leader, you know, calling himself a commander, the prime minister, and all of that. In terms of optimism that, you know, this arrest would lead to a safer southeastern region, what are your expectations?
Well, this now brought it back home to where it all started from. Every charity begins at home. And the all of these shenanigans of MASOB, IPOB, and all this stuff started from a state and a local government in Nigeria that has the potential, the tools, and the opportunity to put this to a stop before it becomes an international issue. I hope the authority in the southeastern part of Nigeria would have gotten a wake-up call and realized that this is something that they need to rise up to and put proper machinery in their disposal in place to ensure that this does not even spread to the federal government level. They have a state. The state have a House of Assembly. They have their wing of the police. They have their wing of the DSS. We have the Nigerian Army and every other policing authority that are supposed to have stopped this at the nuclear stage. I think the Southeast Authority should put this to use to ensure that the safety of life and property of their people are put first before politics and any other thing. The IPOB and MASOB and every other person disowning him is immaterial to me. They were there when it all started. And I hope they will be supporting the Nigerian authority, they will be supporting the Finland authority by providing vital intelligence that is going to lead to Simon Ekpa's conviction so that peace and tranquility can return to the southeast region.
Let's look at the security implication of this particular arrest. What do you make of this development vis-a-vis the security challenges we've been having in the southeast region of the country?
Well, I hope all the necessary policing authority will have put machineries in place, because to call somebody a terrorist, he doesn't do it alone. He has a lot of supporters in the forest. Policemen are being killed, military men are being killed, and that has not stopped. So I hope that his people will not be planning a kind of revenge attack on the people of the region. I hope because of this interview, somebody will not be coming out to ask for Mr. Olatubo Sapalano's head for saying his mind. So I hope all the policing authority will rise up to this new development and put necessary measures in place to ensure that the safety of life and property of the southeast region in view of this arrest is assured and ensured.
But you are a counter-security expert. You should have been able to put those necessary intelligence in place if you are saying that, that no one should come to call for your head.
Sorry, can you say that again?
I said you are a counter-security expert. So you should have intelligence on ground before you can come out to say all what you've been saying on the program this morning.
Yes, we have snippets of intelligence flying around. I'm not in the army, I'm not in the police, I'm not in the DSS. They are the ones that have an intelligence, I believe, which they must have been working with. We're talking about safety of lives and property in the southeast, which has been appalling in the last few years in view of what people like Simon Ekpa has been doing. And the activities of the IPOB and some other disgruntled element, criminal element, has been ongoing. People are still being killed. Police are being killed. Military personnel are facing attack, and operation is still ongoing. What I am saying now today is that in view of the arrest, if I'm going to rely on your earlier question, in view of the arrest of Simon Ekpa in Finland, will there be a repercussion, a kind of reprisal attack of the terrorist group he's been controlling in the southeast? Yes, it is very, very possible. So we want
despite the fact that, and it's a last question, just give us your candid opinion briefly. Despite the fact that there are concerns that these weapons are already in the wrong hands, and so having them mopped up, even with an arrest, even with the government paying attention, I use that carefully, paying attention to the southeastern region, because that's also part of the grouse of IPOB, that the region has been largely marginalized. If the opposite happens, the weapons are already in the wrong hands. Will they be mopped up?
I wouldn't be able to say yes or no, but one thing I'm aware of is that there is an ongoing operation before today to mop up operation. There has been issues, there has been security infractions committed by this group of separatists. So it is a general knowledge that weapons are in wrong hands, not only in Southeast, in the Northeast, in the North Central, and in the Northwest, in the Southwest. Weapon has always been in the wrong hand, and that is part of the general security problem or security issues we are having. This could be a clarion call that those who are in charge, those who are put in place, those who are being paid to carry out a mop-up, arrest, and secure properties and lives in every region of Nigeria need to buckle up their belt and do more to ensure that lives and property are safe. I don't want to believe that they're just folding their hands. I know that Defense Headquarters has issued a statement and they are also monitoring the situation. Let's leave the Finland authority to carry out their own operation and prosecution. Let us focus at home to ensure that even though Ali Baba has been arrested or has been killed, the other 7 thieves that are available all over the country are kept on their toes and evils are not perpetrated against innocent citizens of Nigeria.
All right, counterterrorism specialist Olatuboso Abolarewa, that's all the time we have for this interview. We thank you very much for your contributions and hope we can bring you some other time for more engagements.
Thank you.